Hey everyone, my name is Howard Rahn. This is my blog website, How Kids Can Avoid Concussions and Why and How to Treat Them. I thought this is a prevalent issue in sports, and I thought I would do a blog, an informational blog on sports and how kids get hurt. So as you can see, this is my homepage. I have a couple photographs I thought were poignant for the blog. As you see, my tags don't work. I've tried everything under the sun to get them in my tag cloud, but somehow it's not working, and I don't know what I hit, but I hit something early, and there you have it. So, but instead, I put a bookmark and homes, and in each of the individual pages, if people want to see stuff, they can go right to the home page, into those pages, and look for videos, books, journals, and so forth, all the way down to web resources. You can see on the right, I've got underneath bookmarks, I've got categories. I've got where and how to treat concussions in Vancouver for parents, 2-minute test, and concussion clinics. And then some online communities are concussion guidelines from the Parachute Company, concussion training and for Canadians, and concussions training for coaches. Very important for in this day and age. As we scroll through, it's me as a coach, New West, experience, and then come to the audio visual, and the audio section, picture of blow to the head, rugby blow. 2 great podcasts through McGill University. They have a pod. They host the pod, and in conjunction with Winnipeg University. And the 2 people that they're talking to are 2 doctors, one from McGill and one from the Mayo Clinic. And underneath that, you have a really good video of CBC's own Bob McEwen, who played for the Rough Riders, and talks about his personal story of getting concussed and giving his brain for science. Another pro football player who gets hit in the head and was a very outstanding player, and again got concussed and just shrugged it off and didn't do anything about it. With this TED Talks, this talks about mouth guards and measuring the brain's impacts as a kid gets hit in the head from an early on stage. This video is about Dr. Omalu and CTE with Brent Favre talking about football and not to play it. The reason why I have the pro aspect in it is because young kids look up to these pro players, and they're the ones that need to be the role models. They're not being role models right now in sports. Get back out there, suck it up, and play, because that's what you're getting paid for. Hopefully that changes. And there's Dr. Omalu's book, Truth Doesn't Have a Side. Very, very influential man on concussions. Very good book. And another book, Ghost of My Brains, and Concussions. This is a Canadian source from Toronto in Munich. Very good book. Moving on to databases and journals. I've put 3 database journals that are scholarly journals in. 4 rather. And I've added 1 whole journal down at the bottom for people to read. All from various things. The Mayo Clinic, Journal of Human Kinetics, the British Journal of Athletic Trainers, and so forth. So have a look. Tell me what you think. In news media, I have North Shore News, which is prevalent to Vancouver, and a young man dealing with concussions, and there's the link. There's a CBC link now with some stats about every kid and college players and high school kids getting tested for CTE. So you can tell that concussions and CTE go together by and what parents can do to get their kids off the pitch or keep them on and keep them healthy. And that's the name of the game. Here's some investigative journalism, again, about concussions and about sucking it up and not dealing with it. And what happens, right? All the way to the end. Moving to references, I have a really good reference from Funk and Wagnall's encyclopedia. I'm happy with it because it explains exactly the definition. So, you can use any encyclopedia, but I choose Funk and Wagnall's or maybe the British Oxford Dictionary. But this for North America, I'm using this source. Federal government. I have a couple links for what the federal government's doing on traumatic brain injuries. One from the Ministry of Culture and Sport and Statistics Canada, so some stats in there. You can look at the link. These are all links, and these are the stats. So injuries for 12 and under, and also what the British Columbia government is doing about concussions in their HealthLink BC website. Moving on to social media. Social media about concussions. This is specifically about concussions and what social media can do about it on various aspects. And then Twitter. There's some stuff happening on Twitter too about Facebook and about concussions and Facebook and everything to do with that. Also underneath the social media tab, I put a concussion blog. And this concussion blog I really like. It gives you an impact about what the brain, sort of cool, so I sort of like that. And, going back. Online communities. I have pages and links to, as I said, training for coaches, and that's right here on each page, so you can go right to it, and it takes a right to the training and so forth. And then on the web resources, this is my favorite page because it gives parents treatment options, which is what we want. This is a 2-minute test for concussions. This is too advanced. These are concussion clinics that parents can go to. So the advancedconcussion.com and another link here for another concussion clinic in Vancouver. And then, last of all, if parents do have their child with a concussion, then they can go to the hospital, contact Vancouver Coastal Health and hospitals, and phone, and there's the links to local hospitals. And if you don't know what to do, call 911. If your child does have an emergency, they'll help. So thanks very much. Cheers.